field. Pavement Smith is back. Third home run of the night for Fernando. The trifecta for the Nando. Ground ball to shortstop. Kim will go to first. The San Diego Padres get their first no-hitter in the history of the franchise. And it belongs to San Diego's own Joe Musgrove. The San Diego kid.
We are back, everybody. What is going on, everybody? Hogwatch, Wardy, collab stream, and my San Diego Padres get the better of your New York Mets.
Yeah, you don't have to cry tonight. Congratulations.
Guys.
Yeah, that's great.
It was
awesome. That's great.
It was a tale of two nights. First of all, against the San Diego Padres and the New York Metropolitans. It was more of a pitcher's duel tonight. I mean, last night, I guess, was, but Drew Peterson kind of held his own against his Padres lineup, but Blake Snell, man, has been just everyone's kryptonite as of late. General thoughts and analysis from tonight's game.
Thoughts and analysis is, unfortunately, this game went kind of how I assumed. As hot as the Mets have been, and also shout out everyone watching live on WardyNYM. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. If you're watching a Hogs channel, the same applies. Again, the two biggest YouTubers for our respective teams out there. We're beyond grateful to be doing these collab shows together. But initial thoughts are Blake Snell has been carving up the Mets for at least the past 2+ years now. So I didn't have high hopes for this Mets offense, and we saw it full-fledged today. Snell was looking absolutely brilliant. Of course, there were some questionable calls because I heard a lot of people complain about the ump. Couldn't really tell from the stadium because we were at Petco Park tonight. However, I do believe the fans in saying that. Noah Snell was absolutely phenomenal. He went at least 6 innings of 11 strikeout ball. Pete Alonso looked silly tonight. Unfortunately, this entire offense, Lindor wasn't only bad at the plate today, but he was horrendous in the field, which is something that we don't expect to see much from him. And he's been red hot, so I'm not going to hold too much against him, but everything that could have went wrong truly went wrong for this Mets team tonight, and all good things come to an end. They snapped their win streak at 6 games, and my win streak at Mets games this year snaps at 6-2. So we couldn't get the lucky 7, but hopefully they can take the rubber match tomorrow, and what is going to be a huge matchup now between these two teams.
Listen, a must-win tonight for the San Diego Padres. And Blake Snell, take a listen to this. All-star snub. There's 15 pitchers who had a sub 3.04 ERA in all of baseball. Only one was not named an all-star. His name is Blake Snell. And the All-Star game is in his hometown. Blake Snell tonight, 6 shutty, 1 hit, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. That's double-digit strikeouts in 8 of his last 9 starts. The Southpaw is going to get a big haul in 3 weeks. Now, the question remains with both the Mets and the Padres, are they going to buy? Are they going to sell?
Right.
I think it's more obvious with the Mets. I think the Mets are going to kind of stand pat. If they go on a little bigger of a win streak and they start winning some more games, I think they'll add a bat or two. I think the Padres is a little bit more, it's a bit more question mark because you have tradable assets who are in their prime, who are impending free agents like a Blake Snell, like a Josh Hader. Nonetheless, we're here to talk about tonight. The Padres defeat the Mets 3-1. It wasn't a great offensive game. Matthew Batten, then we'll get into some of our super chats and donations, but Matthew Batten, of course, it's typical Mets fashion to have a San Diego Padre first Major League at-bat of the year, goes deep and hits a 2-run shot.
Yeah, first ding dong of his first at-bat of his season, of his career, rather. I mean, unfortunately, that's all you need to know about this Mets ball game in a nutshell. Again, I cannot emphasize enough the fact that there was nothing that was going in this Mets' favor. The only thing that I could say, at least I was happy about, was Francisco Alvarez taking Garcia deep. He now has 17 home runs this season, leads all catchers in baseball. When he didn't play the first month and a half of the year, just shows you how dominant and how amazing of a player Francisco Alvarez is. And he's blossoming before our very eyes. But again, that's all she wrote, Mets fans. And normally this is a game that I'm not even going out of my way to go live on, but we're collabing for this entire series, so we got it. And obviously we were enjoying a great, massive, exciting, really exhilarating win, 7-5 in extras, taking game one against the Pods yesterday. Pods, rather, I should say, as Borna will say. And Borna, of course, was a wreck, and now Borna gets to enjoy the win. And I'm really excited for the rubber match tomorrow because we have a really key pitching matchup, don't we?
We do. We have Max Scherzer against Joe Musgrove. But I want to get into Michael. Thank you so much for the 11-month rookie hog. Snell was really good tonight. Let me parlay that with your $5 donation. I really appreciate it. Saying, Hog, how's it been for you personally? We'll get into that. Should have a good personal night, hopefully. Hey, let's get a quick roll call. Everyone tune in on Wardy's channel. Everyone tune in on my channel. Where is everybody tuned in from for me on this fine Saturday night?
It's going to get a lot better, and it doesn't have to do with the Mets. So that's the one good thing. Let's see. Sean Murphy has 17 as well. I'm not surprised. I mean, Sean Murphy's an absolute beast. I despise him because he's on the Braves, but that's a discussion for another day. But what is the discussion right now, Borna, is that we see these two teams again. We take game one, you take game two. We got game three tomorrow.
Huge game tomorrow, guys.
Huge game tomorrow. Huge. But just as yesterday, as I took 2 or 3 in our wagers with Wager Lab, now you took 2 or 3, didn't you?
I thought we only did 2 bets today, right?
We did 3.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, well, let me tell you guys this right now. We are partnering up with our great friends over at Wager Lab. They've been unbelievable. They're the new up-and-coming peer-to-peer sports betting app. And, of course, Tyler took his Mets money line today, but you already know Zilla was on the mound. And come on. You already know Zilla was on the mound. The guy goes 6 shutty for the San Diego Padres. Ditch the bookie, lose the juice, play with your friend, guys. Look at the links pinned.
I actually won 2 out of 3 again.
Tell them what happened.
I won 2 out of 3. So for those that don't know about Wager Lab, what's so awesome about this, and again, please make sure to click the link in the description.
Guys, it
for
helps
both
us.
For both of our live shows. It really does mean a lot. Also, scan the QR code that you can use with your phone right now, your smartphone, while watching the live show. It is that simple to sign up for free, and you can enter, and you bet against your favorite friends, whoever you want to do. So I took the Mets money line. So by sending that to Borna, he had to take the Padres money line. But I still won 2 out of 3 wagers today because even though the Mets ended up losing their game, I took the under on runs in this game. I took under 8. He took over, so I hit on that. And I also took under 1.5 runs, and he took over 1.5 runs. And it was it through, I think, the first inning or so? So I hit on that as well. So back-to-back days, I went 2 or 3. So even though the Mets lost tonight, I really didn't. So again, all you guys need to do is by clicking the link in the description for either of our live shows, either on Hogwatch or here on WardyNYM. If you're a Mets fan, if you're a Padres fan, whoever you're a fan of, and you can sign up today. It's a great way to contribute to our respective channels, and it really does mean a lot. And thank you guys for the donations. Yoshima, real quick, we're going to go undefeated in July. Take the series tomorrow. I appreciate that donation, Yoshima. And we also got another donation from JV saying, Alonso joining Schwarber Max Muncy Club. Mendoza line, here he comes. I know Alonso has been struggling mightily. It's something that we're going to be talking about, and he has a lot to adjust, and you have to wonder, is a home run derby going to benefit him or not? I think it honestly is going to help him, no pun intended, get back in the swing of things. But you got some donations too, so make sure you talk about them, Hog.
Absolutely. Maddie, thank you so much for the 10, Maddie. Long support of the Hogwatch. Don't trade Snell or Hader now. What kind of contract will Snell and Hader command? And that's been the story. That's been the issue with Padres fans, right? And I'm in the same boat, Maddie. It's like you win a game, right? It's so hard to not overreact on the ups and downs of a baseball season because last night, trade everybody. Tonight we win. Oh, my God, do we not? When push comes to shove, we need to learn. Yes, we did go to the game. We need to learn what the MO of the San Diego Padres are. And here's the deal. They've been an inconsistent baseball team, Maddie. So I know they won tonight. But it's going to take a Mets-esque win streak, a 6-game burn, a 9 out of their last 10 for me to not move off of Blake Snell. This is a guy who's a Scott Boras client. And we take a look at what Blake Snell did tonight for our faithful, and then we'll see the Mets stats. It's a guy who goes 6 shutty tonight, all right? 11 more strikeouts. Blake Snell is going to command an arm and a leg and a private island, even though he only has 15 more starts with his respective club. All right? This guy at this point can net you a top 50 prospect. And the pitching has not been the issue with the Padres. If I'm AJ Preller, if I get a good offer, top 50 prospect, I'm pulling the trigger, Matty. And don't trade Hader. Hader's going to command 100 because that's what Edwin Diaz got. And Snell's going to command damn near 180. You're gonna have to tie $250 million to Blake Snell, Josh Hader if they're gonna remain.
Two things I actually want to add from those Padres comments. One, Snell isn't going anywhere for the season. So I'm sorry. No, I don't think. I think the Padres, and I think we all know it well, Preller somehow, some way is going to say, we're locking in and we're going to be buying at the trade deadline. I also think that in regards to Hader, he's not going to get 100. And I think a fair argument that a team like the Padres are going to give, or any team.
Why would Hader not get 100?
The reason why Hader is not going to get 100 is, one, he didn't have the type of dominant season the way Edwin Diaz did last year. And two, they're going to look at Diaz and kind of that fluke injury to start his contract, and they're going to use that as a counter for someone like Hader to say, hey, we're not giving you this. Maybe Hader's going to get 80 plus, but I do not foresee a world where he ends up getting, say, 100. And that would benefit a team like you that does want to retain him. But can you pull up the offensive numbers for the Mets right now? Because, again, they were few and far in between. I want to highlight pretty much nothing offensively, as you guys see from the live real quick. As you saw, Francisco Alvarez with another bomb, his 17th of the year. But aside from that, the Mets had nothing going. I mean, you saw Nimmo sword swinging. You saw Lindor looking anything but sharp from the right side of the plate today. Tommy Pham, again, had some hard contact, but just wasn't enough. I mean, they had nothing. The Mets had 2 hits tonight. Thankfully, they even got a run. But again, Blake Snell, and this is not only a story with Blake Snell for those that have been following the Mets, this goes for all southpaws that the Mets face. If you're like a competent southpaw, if not very good, and Blake Snell has been very, very good this season. He has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. Easily could be an all-star player right now, even though he isn't in the All-Star game as we speak. Also, shout out Kodai Senga for being the replacement for Marcus Stroman. That's really sick. Point being is that any competent southpaw, the Mets just struggle heavily against. And this is a story that's been going on for pretty much my entire existence as a Mets fan covering them. So that's why I said this was a recipe for disaster, and I'm the least bit shocked that the Mets could not pull this one out.
Listen, this is, again, we talk about this, is such a big rubber match tomorrow. You got 2 of the cogs for both teams. You got No Joe San Diego's very own against Max Scherzer. Mad Max is looking to have a really good start again. Michael, thanks so much for the $5 holler saying, and you're echoing my terms, Michael. Hollick, No Joe will pitch very good tomorrow afternoon, man. Damn, I sure hope so. Joe Musgrove, guys, surprised now. You blink your eyes in mid-May. Joe Musgrove's got a 10-plus ERA after that Mexico City debacle. You blink now as of July 8th and heading into a start on July 9th, last before the break. Dude's got a 3.56 ERA. You remember we were concerned when we gave him 100 million reasons to smile? He's looking as good as advertised against Mad Max, who's had an up-and-down year but had been looking better as of late. It should be a very, very interesting game, and I think a lot of eyes look into this game saying whoever wins this game has more momentum heading into the second half. Huge game tomorrow. Let me get into the last donation. Then I want to hear from you. Wardy, respect your elder. Go Braves.
Imagine focusing on the Mets as a Braves fan when you're up like what, at least 18 games? Come on. Enjoy your run. Don't let Mets fans Mets get in your head, even though I know it's so easy for you guys to do. We got a donation also from Matthew on Hogs Channel. He says, "Bro, can we get Shane Bieber for a Blake Snell and package Trent Grisham?"
But why? Like, just why? Maddie, thank you so much for your gracious support again. But Maddie, you love your pipe dream trades. You know, obviously
we all love our pipe dream trades.
We all have our pipe dream trades. But I mean, you know, I want to say a few things. And Matt, again, thank you so much for your donut. I'll get into a few things from the Padres hitting standpoint. Juan Soto kind of looked like dribbler Soto again tonight. He was grounding out on everything. I think Toddy had some good contact, just kind of hit it to some guys. Brett Beatty making a few good plays.
His first turn of the game was really nice.
Making a few good plays. Manny seemed like he banged up his hand a little bit, but it seems better. Gary had that big double, but listen, they need some hitting from their catching production, and they're not getting any. Cronenworth, 1 for 3. Should have been 3 for 3 today. Got robbed twice.
Can we talk about for a minute? You know, I know the Mets' infield defense was horrendous today, led by Lindor, but Pete Alonso, I know Pete's bat was not good today, but the first base defense was certainly there. That certainly helped rob at least 1, if not 2 hits. So thank you, Pete. I appreciate that. But again, it really only meant so much because I want to talk about for a second on just how good Blake Snell was tonight against this Mets team. Because, again, Pete, I know, has been struggling mightily. He had a couple big hits in the series finale, of course, against the Diamondbacks, but he just has not been the same coming back from his wrist injury. I wonder a little bit if the Mets kind of maybe rushed him a little bit too much because he just hasn't been the same since taking the heater from Warden. As I know you can relate with taking a Strider heater, that being in, who was it, Bogarts, right? So the same applies, right? Both these guys haven't been as consistent as what you're hoping for. But yeah, I mean, Blake Snell he had everything working today. And I know that the umpire wasn't necessarily great tonight, but that's today's MLB. As much as we may get frustrated by it, it happens on a night-to-night basis. So I can't just sit here and say, oh, that's solely the reason. No, the Mets having 2 hits tonight is the reason why they lost. And it's as simple as that.
I mean, listen, guys, we take a look at the San Diego Padres from a hitting perspective tonight. Another 0 for night for Xander Bogaerts. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, him at the plate right now, it's anemic. It's feeble. It's pitiful. It's pathetic. It's uninspiring. It's not good. It's not good. And this guy needs a cortisone shot more than I'm not going to finish my sentence tonight. So, bang! Curry from way downtown, of course. But, it's been bad for him lately. Manny, tough night. Listen, the Padres had 1 hit from their core 4 tonight, and they won a baseball game. All right? Why? Because of Blake Snell's dominance. It's been stupendous. It's been fantastic. And because Matt Batten. Before we get into some of our donations, we want to give a shout out to our second sponsor of today's stream, and I'll let Tyler talk a little bit about our good friends over at Sorare.
Yeah, as many of you guys know, if you watch here on WardyNYM or on Hogwatch, Sorare MLB has been a great partner for our respective channels for a number of months now, and that isn't stopping anytime soon. So all you guys need to do, again, to sign up is by clicking the link in the live stream for both of our respective shows. And I know that Hog has been doing great things where you can join, if you're a Padres fan, his unique Sorare MLB League, Hogs League, and for me, we have the WardyNYM unique Sorare MLB League. So if you're a Mets fan, if you're a follower on WardyNYM, make sure to click the link to sign up. We gave away on WardyNYM, at least in the month of May, we gave away a Brett Bay jersey giveaway. In the month of June, we gave away a Francisco Alvarez jersey giveaway.
We just gave away our Tatis jersey
and you
today.
Just gave away Tatis, and we're going to be doing another big giveaway real soon. So again, it's the best MLB fantasy game out there. It's free to play. You can, of course, spend dollars should you wish to increase your team and give yourself better odds and better tournaments, but you draft your team, it's free to play, and you enter these weekly tournaments, and how you perform in said tournaments is based on how the players perform in real life. So example, if you had Francisco Lindor the past number of games prior to today, you were coming out like an absolute bandit with a lot of points. I know I have him on my team. Or for example, if you had Blake Snell on the bump today for the Padres, you were coming out like a bandit too because he struck out 11, went 6 shutty, and got the win. So point being is make sure you're signing up to Sorare today by clicking the link in our descriptions. Join Hogs League if you're in fact a Padres fan on the Hogwatch channel, and on the flip hand, if you're a Mets fan watching WardyNYM right now, the same applies. Make sure to sign up to our unique league.
Also, guys, what are you doing? Sign up for Wager Lab. Come on.
Sign up to Wager Lab.
Come on.
Literally just scan it. Just scan the
QR code. Guys, scan it. I'm telling you. You guys want to come, maybe get some tickets or some things like that? Scan that code.
All right, here's a question. Do you know what tomorrow is, aside from the rubber match? It's a big day in baseball tomorrow.
The Derby? No, what?
The draft.
Oh, it's MLB draft?
Yeah.
I'm a casual. I don't give a fuck about the draft. Padres are winning the World Series this year. Okay. Let me get in a few of these donations, then we'll wrap it up. Guys, I've been showing Tyler around San Diego. We showed him Coronado today, so it's been great.
I look like a lobster.
Guys, look at my nose. So I saw someone in Wardy's channel saying Hog looks like a hot dog that's eaten that's eaten sideways without the buns. Look at this Persian schnash. That's burnt. Brian, thanks for the 10 saying Borna. Let's wait to talk about dealing Snell and Josh. We could fleece the Rangers if packaging both together. But I feel like the Padres run is coming. Hey, you give me Jonah Heim, I'll talk to you about packaging Blake Snell and Josh Hader. That's a very interesting option. That's a very interesting option, right? But the thing is, the Rangers already just got Aroldis Chapman. Right. They kind of shored the back end of their bullpen. They
don't even have Jake, and they're like good.
They don't even have DeGrom. They don't. Yeah. But I can definitely see a Blake Snell getting traded to some sort of contender. And what about the New York Yankees? They need a closer. Does Josh Hader to the Yankees make sense? But Brian, listen. Here's the deal. All right. What guys? When is the date? When do we decide if this team is going to buy or sell? Friar Faithful and the Mets.
They're not. So
when do you guys? When do we decide? When do we know?
This is a great question because both these teams are in the same exact predicament right now, right? So the Padres
same record, 42 and 47.
42 and 47, 5 games below 500, right? And both in a very similar spot with the wild card. So you beg the question, and for both teams, it's really going to come down to probably the final week and a half leading up to the trade deadline. We still have the entire month of July pretty much until these teams make a true committed decision, because they know that a lot of blockbusters can happen leading up to the trade deadline, either a couple days before or the trade deadline itself. A lot of movement happens that we know from covering over the past couple of years on our respective channels. So for Mets fans, I know we're still in a mindset where a lot of fans say, hey, we should sell, we should get rid of Tommy Pham, we should get rid of David Robertson, we should get rid of Mark Canha, Daniel Vogelbach, everyone and their mother. That's kind of a rental or can have some value that won't be a future on this club. And for the Padres, the same applies to a lesser degree, though, because they don't have as many rentals that they can really part with, per se, aside from the ones that you already noted. So, yeah, we're not really going to know that decision up until we get, in my mind, until the last week and a half to the trade deadline. That is when I think we're truly going to know, because both these teams are just 5 games below 500. All it takes is the Mets, say, getting on another heater post All-Star break, Padres finally getting on a heater. Those little things will make a difference. Even if you're not fully confident as a fan, front offices are going to view this as an opportunity to say, hey, we're hot and we can get hotter now by adding some guys that have immediate impact on this club. Again, whether you like it or not is a different discussion. I'm not saying the Mets should go out on full buy. I'm not saying the Padres should go out on full buy. Because right now I still believe that both teams should be leaning selling, if anything, but time will tell on that front. It's still a little too early.
Yeah, guys, and that's the beauty of it, and that's why it's going to be such a dramatic trade deadline, right? Time will tell. It's not going to be last year where both teams were aggressive, right? The Mets and the Padres were after the same names. The question is now this year, are they going to be selling off some of their big names? Even Juan Soto is a name to be mentioned. You guys saw Padres 3-time All-Star Heath Bell had mentioned the Padres should really inquire about trading Juan Soto. We saw that. We saw that clip blow up probably for the wrong reasons. Big Dave, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the 5 cent. Great win tonight. I am concerned about the offense after the 5th inning, though. Bro, Big Dave, been concerned about the offense all year long, my guy. It's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster. You like to go to Six Flags? Same to the Padres, because they are up sometimes, and motherfucker, they are down. Excuse my French. Have a great night, Hog and Wardy. Big Dave, you have a blessed night, brother. Thank you so much for your gracious support of the year all year long. Can't wait for some Chargers football. For both of us, man. Guys, help get my guy Wardy to 25K on YouTube. Big time stuff. Yeah, man. Yes, thank you, brother. Adrian, thanks for the 5 cent. Hog. No point on trading Snell, Hader, or Kim for top prospects. This organization can't develop players. Yeah, also, I understand Peter Sutter's rich. You also can't pay players at the end of the day. You've already have 100 tied up to Joe. You already have 120 tied up to Darvish. You got 300 to Toddy, 350 to Machado, 300 to Bogarts, hopefully 400 to Soto. You can't keep paying for all these guys, and Blake Snell's going to... What do you think Blake Snell's going to get in free agency?
Oh, that's tough. I haven't deep dived the pitching market for this upcoming. I know Aaron Nola is a part of that group, which is important to look at because he's going to get a bag. With the way that Snell's pitching, as long as he doesn't implode in the second half, which normally it's kind of odd because Snell's been the guy in recent years to have a really wishy-washy first half and then just cruise control second half and looking great. I easily could see Snell getting like 165 to 180 range. Like, I don't even think that's too far-fetched to say with the way that he's been pitching. Am I wrong? How do you feel, like, on a long-term deal? Do you think a team
Carlos Rodon got 7,200?
Round.
Blake Snell's going to want the same number.
Right.
Same southpaws, same age, similar numbers.
How did he top out at 99 tonight? Like, that was disrespectful.
Blake Snell topped out at 99 miles per hour on a fastball. But this is a question for you.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt, for his...
Matt, thank you for the donation. He says, yo, Wardy, how good is it? I'll go up real quick because I miss it. How good is Ryan Mauricio? Hog is there. Update. It's funny you mentioned Ryan Mauricio because he's signing inside his hat back in spring training. Ronnie Mauricio is an effing stud. He has been tearing the cover off the ball. For those that don't know, he's one of the Mets' top prospects, hitting prospects. He's a shortstop, but he's going to be developing as a second baseman / left fielder, which is what Jeff McNeil currently plays, because we have this guy by the name of Francisco Lindor who's kind of good. That is going to be a shortstop for the next decade at this rate. Yeah, he sucks according to Borna. Granted, he was horrendous today. I will say that. Really bad infield defense. Point stands, Ronnie has been killing it in AAA this year, tearing the cover off the ball. He led minor leagues, all minor leagues, and hits for a long period of time. I don't know if he still does. I mean, he's destined to be up with the Mets this season. Just a matter of when versus if it's going to happen. The guy is what many believe. He's like a Walmart version of Ellie De La Cruz and the O'Neal Cruzes of the world. You know, all these guys, you know, they're either switch hitters or, you know, they're lefty bats. They're 6'5". They're so versatile. They have plenty of speed, a lot of power. There's a lot to like about them with these young Dominicans. So, yeah, keep an eye on Ryan Mauricio. He's certainly a guy that has potential to have a significant impact on the Mets, potentially as soon as down the stretch this year, potentially as a trade chip or in the years going forward for this club. Love Ronnie.
Maddie, thanks for the 10, and that's a great answer by Tyler. One thing you also mentioned is any update on Luis Campusano. So, guys, Padres, catcher Luis Campusano was probably going to be the long-term answer, until Ethan Salas is called up, tore that ligament in his thumb. They actually put him for a rehab assignment this past Tuesday. He's at the Padres complex in Arizona. So, guys, hopefully Campy comes back at the second half, and it's going to be a decision with the Padres. What do, right? Do they DFA Nola finally, or do they send Gary Sanchez back down? I know Nola has value elsewhere. We'll see what happens. AJ, please extend Soto and Hader soon. We're so much money, man. Needed this one. Cheers, Wardy. Thanks, Diesel. Yeah, I don't know. Extend Hader and Soto soon, man. We're going to be the biggest payroll 78-win team in the history of baseball.
Yeah, keep batting Gary in the 5 spot.
We're not going to Hong Kong, CH. It's a crazy club in Tijuana. It's crazy.
We're not going to Tijuana.
Besides that, guys, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything else from today's game. This sets up what we've all been waiting for. This is the biggest. This was the biggest series for both teams, and it's heading into a big effing Sunday.
Big effing Sunday. So, yeah, just so you guys know, in regards to tomorrow, I don't know exactly what our statuses are going to be yet, whether we're going to be live streaming, whether it's a quick game recap. So we will try to keep you guys updated on that as much as humanly possible. But we both had the pleasure of attending Petco Park, which is such a beautiful ballpark, for yesterday and today.
1-1 Padres Mets. Joe Musgrove again with the chance to win them.
Come on, Max. That's all I got to say. Come on, Max. Big series. Big series. We'll see what Max is pitching tomorrow, right? Just double check.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's going to be a big, huge matchup. Max in San Diego,
Downtown,
too.
Silva. All right, guys. Well, besides that, guys, that's Tyler Ward. This is Born in Azari, WardyNYM, Hogwatch. And last thing, guys, scan the QR code. You don't even need to play with money. It can be credits. You can win tickets, prizes. You guys got to help us out. It's free. Scan the QR code. It's been your boy Wardy. It's been your boy Hog. And we're shining.